Welcome to the Big Apple School podcast. My name is Rico.
And my name is Alёna.
And today we have a couple different things that we're going to talk about. Well, I don't know if you guys know, I recently got back from Shedigesh. That was really cool, really fun. On the last day that I was there, Friday, Medvedev came and he wanted to ski and stuff. So luckily I didn't have any problems like with him closing down the mountain. But I heard that when I left, he went to Krest. And he closed down the mountain just for himself. So he had all of Krest to himself. He's a very greedy guy, I guess. But I am hoping that he have fun. And another thing that's new with me is I got contact lenses. So I'm not wearing my glasses anymore, which is kind of cool. Nobody recognizes me.
Yeah, and you look weird.
Everyone says, you look weird. I go up to people, I'm like, hey, and they're like, hi. They look at somebody else like, oh,
is it Ricardo?
Who was that? Yeah. I saw my friend in the metro. He took a picture of me and then he sent it to all of my friends. And they're like, oh, cool. You found
who's that guy?
He said, you found a guy that looks like Ricardo. So, what's new with you, Alёna?
Your contacts reminds me about an article that I've read recently. So it says that people who are wearing glasses are more smarter. What do you think about it, Rico?
Well, I wear glasses, so I hope it's true. I hope it's true. I think it's true. I'm pretty smart, but I'm also very shy. I don't like to talk about how smart I am, how much of a genius I am. I'm kind of shy. Yeah.
You're not shy at all.
Yeah, I'm very shy. I don't like telling people how much of an intelligent and mad scientist I am. I'm just kidding. But that's cool. Where did you read that?
On some side. I don't remember.
Ah, that's okay. That's okay.
That doesn't matter.
It was some study, I guess. I heard about it also. I heard something about it that the more blind you are, the smarter you are. Yeah?
And like, what do you think about does it work in real life?
Well, I don't know. Then the question comes, are the glasses making you smarter, or is the blindness, the reason that you have to wear glasses, is that what's making you smarter? So it's kind of like, what exactly makes you smarter? Or maybe the cause of your blindness. Maybe people read a lot and it makes them blind and then they're smart. I don't know. It kind of, what do you think?
It's just a bad consequence.
But a consequence or a coincidence?
Coincidence.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know. But I mean, like studies also show that people who eat a lot are fat. So I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. That's cool though. So. Then it kind of, I'm sure that everyone's going to joke about this now that we said people who wear glasses are smarter. They're going to be, Ricardo, now that you have contact lenses, you're stupider. Yeah. So I hope it's not true about that. But that's, I guess the stereotype that people with glasses are smarter, it's kind of true. Maybe it has a grain of truth. Maybe that's why we believe it.
Maybe, who knows? So let's move to another news.
Okay. I recently, it's not too recent of news. It's not like news that came out yesterday or anything. But there's a lot of advancements recently in bionic limbs. So like arms and legs, hands and stuff. And me personally, I take this a little bit closer to heart than most people because my father had an amputated leg. So now he has a prosthetic leg, and this stuff interests me, right? Like when you have like a bionic leg or a bionic hand. Mm-hmm. So I recently saw this video, and I showed it to Alёna, and there was a guy that has a bionic hand, and he was like helping, he's right-handed, his bionic hand was his left, but he was helping his other hand like to steady and stuff. He was painting.
Yeah, I think that's great, really great invention, because especially for disabled people.
Yeah, it kind of gives you control of your life back, I guess. A lot of people, they miss their hands.
Yeah, and even it looks like real hand.
Yeah, he had like a glove over it that was like the same color as his skin. So if he was wearing like a sweater or something and you didn't see the glove, you just saw the hand, you wouldn't think anything. So it was really cool.
But it was a bionical man. And how can you imagine that your arm can move just if you think, like, I want to take this apple?
Well, they had, in the video that I showed you, there was two people. There was a bionic man and there was a real guy. So the Bionic Man, it was kind of like a robot, advances in robotics. And the Bionic Man, they said that there are nerve endings around the muscles of your arm, and the same kind of signal that your brain sends to your muscles to jump, this bionic arm can read those signals and moves accordingly. So if the muscle that moves your fingers move, then the bionic arm moves the fingers.
Oh, that's better, because I thought that you should have some gadgets.
No, I guess it's really, really intelligent. If it can understand your own brain waves, that's cool. I mean, I don't ever want to lose an arm, right?
Yeah.
But if I do, I would love to have a bionic arm to help me out. Maybe in the future you can actually like play video games with your bionic hand. That might be, that's like the best test, I guess, right?
And who knows, maybe you can send like your hand to get a cup of coffee for you.
Yeah, it's like, and then it just kind of goes away, yeah?
Like in the movie.
The Addams Family,
Yeah,
yeah?
Addams Family.
I love
I
that
love
movie.
it.
That movie's awesome.
It's really smart hand.
Yeah.
And this hand can pass the exams for you.
Yeah. You kind of just sneak it into your sleeve and it'll write all the test answers for you.
Why not?
Speaking of hand, there was another article that I saw with hand. It was a glove that helps you text through Bluetooth. So the glove connects to your phone or your laptop through Bluetooth, and you just write in the air. You don't even have to have a pencil. You just write as if you were holding a pencil, and it texts. Like it texts on your phone, or it writes text on the computer. What do you think about that?
What do you think, like, what will be the next? Some gadget that can read from your lips?
Maybe. Yeah, so first I guess it's hand reading, and then lip reading, and then mind reading, right? You just look at the computer, you're like, I hate you so much, you stupid computer, and then it just starts typing it.
Yeah, and send to your boss.
Yeah.
No.
So this
It
thing,
can be dangerous.
an accident, right? It's you accidentally text your boss that you hate him so much because your phone's mind reading thing was on. That'd be kind of bad.
Or you're making a presentation and like you got a phone call or a message and you're just reading and everything that
Yeah.
you read.
Oh my God, it's so stupid. It's like, oh no, nuts, and no. And then Dimitri thinks that you think he's stupid, and then everything is ruined. Yeah. So here's my question to the listeners and to Alёna. So this thing, of course, it's cool, right? If you go to a party and you're like, hey, look what my phone can do, and you start writing in the air and then it texts, that, of course, is cool. But how useful is it?
I don't know. For example, if you're in the full bus, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the people's reaction?
Yeah.
Or in some public places, like, can you imagine the people who are just trying to paint something in the air?
Yeah.
Like-
They're at a bar and then they're trying to text somebody. The bartender keeps coming. He's like, what do you want from me? Yeah, I guess it's kind of, it depends on the situation that you use it. But I mean, I don't think there are going to be a lot of people that use it, right?
That's just for entertainment.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like a cool thing. Look what we can do, guys. Ha. Right? It's kind of one of those things. So you tell us about what do you have for us? What's the news that you have?
I have news about the full moon.
Oh, full moon,
It
right?
sounds so mysterious.
Everyone knows about a full moon. It's mysterious. It's mystical. When you think full moon, you're like, woo! Right. So what about the full moon?
Because when you see the full moon in movies, that's the sign that something bad will happen.
Yeah, usually, right? Like werewolves and stuff.
But the scientists find out the reason why the full moon is so scary. So that's about the lions.
Alёna actually showed me this article, I remember. It was something about the light from the moon. When lions hunt, their prey can see the lions. So they get really hungry at a full moon because they can't hunt. So what do?
They just bite people.
Yeah, they hunt humans. Can you believe it? They start hunting humans because they're easy to hunt. That sucks, right?
Don't go out to the jungle.
Yeah, don't go to the jungle when there's a full moon. The lions might get you. The original cause that everyone is afraid of a full moon. Well, I guess it's because many people used to die on a full
Maybe.
moon, yeah. Especially in Africa, right, where there are a lot of lions.
And sometimes full moon it affects to people.
Yeah, some people believe that. Yeah.
No, I mean I have a friend and she cannot fall asleep during the full moon. Like these 4 days, she cannot fall asleep at all. So
Maybe she's a werewolf.
maybe. So she.
Do you
stays
ever see her during these 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she covered in hair? Or is
no.
she always covered in hair? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was nighttime, so I didn't notice.
Okay, all right. So she has trouble sleeping on full moons.
Yes.
Well, there's people that say that their mood changes even, like they become angry during full moons and stuff.
So what happens with you?
Nothing, I guess. I don't really care about full moon or no moon. I mean, I care a little bit. If I see a full moon, I'm like, cool, look, full moon. It's actually funny. I used to have the nickname
Full moon?
Wolfman.
Wolfman, why?
Yeah, because I'm very hairy. So my friends, some of my friends that I used to work out with, they used to call me Wolfman because sometimes you work out without a shirt or like if you play sports.
Yeah.
So one time we were playing soccer and we were playing shirts and skins. So one team has shirts on, another team has the shirts off. And I was on the skins team and they were like, oh! And then that was the day that Wolfman began. So they used to call me Wolfman actually, coincidentally.
So how many people were watching your match?
We were at the park, but we were at the park in the evening, so not a lot. Maybe it was kind of like a match for fun. So it wasn't like a professional match or anything, but maybe I would say there were at least 25 people around that were watching, just kind of maybe a little bit, not the whole thing.
So did you win?
I don't remember, but I think I lost actually.
You
yeah.
lost?
But it wasn't my fault, you know.
Of course.
It's never.
Because you're a genius.
It's never the person who tells the story's fault, right? Whenever someone tells a story, it's like, did you win? They're like, no, but it wasn't my fault, right? So it wasn't my fault. My team sucked. I don't know. Maybe they were embarrassed that they had their shirts off and they didn't want to play right. I don't know.
Maybe the reason was in women who were
Maybe.
watching your match.
Maybe. Yeah. Tell us an interesting thing that we learned today. Alёna was telling me something today about women and men. So tell us.
So men cannot concentrate when they see something sexy,
Yeah,
especially women.
It's kind of like a myth, but I guess it's kind of true, right? And in movies, you always see like the woman gets out of a ticket or something, and she's like, "Oh, hey, officer," and she bats her eyes, you know. And then nothing happens. So it's true, I guess. Alёna was telling me today that it's true. Why is it true?
You think that it's not true?
Well, of course it is true. But how did they find out that it was true? Do you remember?
Because they don't have they cannot concentrate for a long time. They can make just short time decisions. So they cannot like think about something else.
Yeah, so they only think short term when they have like any kind of a thought about sex in their mind. They can only think short term. They can't make a long term decision. So no man that has a woman with a very nice breast in front of him is gonna think, oh, you know, I should start my life insurance policy. Like no man ever thinks like that. They only think short term. They're like, I want her tonight, and that's it. It's short-term decision.
So what about you? Do you think that's true?
Yes, very, very true. I have to admit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my wife. I'm sorry to all the women out there that feel that I am a bad person for this. But yes, it's true. Women do change the way that I think.
Yeah, that's the best and the most dangerous women's weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Do you use this weapon?
Sometimes, yes.
Have you ever used this against me?
No.
Not that I know of, right? I couldn't think in the future, so I didn't know that you were using this weapon against me. Okay.
But who knows?
All right, well, let's move on to the next news topic that we have. We read about a rabbit, right?
Yeah. The biggest rabbit in the world.
The biggest rabbit in the world.
So
we'll give you some time to think. How big do you think the biggest rabbit in the world is, listeners? We'll give you a second. So, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. Alyona's going to tell you how big this rabbit is.
So the weight of the rabbit is about 55 pounds. It's about 20 kilos.
25, actually. About 25 kilos.
Can you imagine, like,
a 25 kilo rabbit?
That's like kangaroo. You know?
Yeah, it's no longer a rabbit. It was like a Pokemon. It evolved.
Yeah.
Rabbit used evolve. It was very effective. And now it's a kangaroo.
And this rabbit is the food for amount of $90 per each week.
$90 a week.
I can buy food for myself for $90.
Yeah, me too. I could buy food for a whole week and have some money left over. I could buy food for a week with $90 and then go to the movies. Like, it's a lot of money. Who would want to keep a rabbit that's so expensive? They must really love this rabbit, huh?
Maybe. And it's the rabbit from the United Kingdom. Okay, I could imagine if this rabbit would from the United States.
Yeah. Well, maybe it lives in the United States because it spends dollars, right?
Yeah.
So it was $90. Maybe it lives in the United States, but it's from the United Kingdom. It would make a whole lot of sense, I guess, right?
Really.
In America, they always have like big animals. Like there's always people with like huge dogs or especially cats. I've seen cats that are like 10 kilos. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but for example, to compare with Russia, I didn't see any cats like walking on the street.
Yeah, well, homeless cats don't get that big. In U.S., homeless cats aren't that big either. But people that have cats at home, their cats are huge. They can't even like jump. They just like waddle. They look like penguins. They're like penguin cats. They just move side to side.
They can kick you.
Yeah,
sure.
They can't do anything. They just like roll over and then just like maybe kick you a little bit, but they get tired. It's crazy. Have you ever had a really big animal?
No, I had just one small cat.
Did he get fat?
No.
Okay, good. I have 2 cats, and one of my cats, he's getting fat, and I don't know why. He like steals food from the other cat maybe because one's skinny and one's fat. And they're brothers. They're like twins. They look exactly the same, but one's fat and the other one's not. It's crazy.
Because you know the food from your friend's plate is more tasty.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess the cat knows this, that the food from the other cat's bowl is more tasty. Okay, so we'll move on to our final piece of news. Yeah. So our next bit of news, we're gonna go ahead and move to our next bit of news. Next bit of news is
a little bit weird.
It's a little bit weird. Maybe not for some of you. Some of you may love this extra bit of news, but on Tuesday, the Czech Republic legalized marijuana sales in pharmacies. So it means that if you have either cancer, sclerosis, multiple sclerosis, or Parkinson's and some other disease, I forgot, some other diseases, you can legally buy marijuana at the pharmacy, which means you can go in, and I'm sure there's a limit to how much you can get and everything, but legally you can buy medical marijuana, which is kind of cool. I bet that a lot of people are waiting for Russia to have medical marijuana.
Maybe, but I think that they ask for prescription for sure.
Yeah, I think you have to have a prescription, but I mean, I'm sure that there are many people that have friends that are doctors, and they're like, "Hey, write me a prescription for some weed, huh? Yeah.
Why not?
We're gonna have a great weekend this weekend." So maybe.
But I don't know, like for really sick people, that's good. But in general, it depends on just the person.
I guess, yeah. What do you think? I mean, there's a big controversy on this. Guys, you can leave us some comments on what you think about the medical marijuana. Some people think, oh yeah, it's really good, it helps a lot. Some people think, no, it's pointless. What do you think, Alena?
I don't smoke weed.
You don't smoke weed because it's not legal yet, right? I'm just kidding.
No, and for example...
Have you ever tried it? I guess we won't talk about it on the radio or on the air, right? Okay. I'm just kidding, guys.
Okay. So, for example, in Amsterdam, that's legal, but I don't think that they abuse it.
Okay, so I probably not. When something is legal, people stop abusing it, I guess. Some people, they get a thrill from doing something that's illegal. So children, when they drink, right, when they're like underage, they're like, yeah, we're cool, we're drinking beer, we're not supposed to be drinking beer. So if you made it legal for children to drink beer, I think that they probably would drink. They wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I don't think they like the tastes, right? I don't think that there's any little kid that's
They
like,
like an
oh,
effect.
I prefer whiskey over vodka. Like, I don't think that there's any 16-year-old that likes the taste of alcohol. So sometimes it's because, it's illegal. People like to do it. So
Yeah.
in Amsterdam, I'm sure that people don't abuse it. I agree with you 100%. But do you think it's effective as a medicine? Do you think that smoking some marijuana helps you feel better if you have cancer, if you have multiple sclerosis or something like that?
I don't know. It just depends on the person, on his wishes.
Okay.
I cannot say exactly.
Well, you know Parkinson's, yes?
Yes, I know.
It's the disease that makes you shake a lot.
Yeah.
I heard. I'm not a doctor, of course, guys, and I don't know for sure, but I heard that when people with Parkinson's smoke weed, they have less shakes. Their body relaxes. Of course, weed makes you relax. Yeah, of course. It also makes you hungry, right? but people with Parkinson's, they do have some sort of relief when they smoke some medical marijuana. So it helps them. So I guess sometimes it helps. So I guess it does depend on the person. Some people might feel really sick when they smoke some marijuana, and then it makes them feel worse. So I guess it depends. But I heard about cancer. With cancer, you throw up a lot. You're like, bleh. And I don't want to offend anyone with the way that I'm saying it, but yes, you do throw up a lot when you have cancer. And marijuana helps you control your vomiting. So I heard that was also a helpful way. So I don't know, it kind of depends. But if people abuse it, that's the problem, right?
And I mean that marijuana is legal in Amsterdam, and the people like don't use it, don't buy it too much maybe, and like they have something in their mind that can stop them from.
Yeah, I guess they use it just a little bit because they know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different mentality.
Yeah. For example, if in Russia it will be legal, I don't know, it will be like a hell tomorrow maybe.
Yeah, I think for a while, until things calm down, for like 5 years, it'd be really, really popular, and then it'd be kind of like, it's legal, it's okay. Yeah, it would start to die down.
Yeah. So the last news for today, that's about singing.
Singing.
Do you like singing?
La 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 la. No, I sing very poorly. People tell me that I have a nice voice, and I say thank you. And then the next question, they tell me you have a nice voice, and then they ask me, have you sang before? I'm like, no, I singing does not agree with me. I sing very poorly. Do you sing very well?
No.
You also? Do you sing in the shower?
Just when no one can hear me.
When no one can hear you. Someone can always hear you. I'm just kidding.
Maybe my neighbors, but who cares?
But you like singing when no one can hear you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard a joke about singing. They said that when you sing in your car, the volume of your singing is inversely. Oh no, not inversely. I'm sorry. Directly. It's directly correlated. So the faster you're going, the louder you're singing, and the slower you're going, the lower you're singing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
I think that. Yes.
So people are like rocking out, they're like da-da-da-da-da-da, and then they stop at a light and they're like their lips aren't moving anymore, and they're like really serious, but they're still singing in their head.
Because they can feel some drive inside them.
Yeah,
Some
maybe.
energy to sing.
Yeah, because they're going so fast. I think no. I think it's just because people can see you. You're at a stoplight and people are walking by like, what's wrong with this guy? They don't hear the music. They only see you like shaking your head. Okay, well, what did we learn about singing today? What an interesting article.
That the person who started to think, he has more influence on other people.
A person who's singing and another person sings with them, they have influence over the person singing. It's crazy, right? Why? Tell us why.
Because singing can synchronize with the brain waves.
Yeah, singing synchronizes your brain waves. So when you sing with, not singing in general, with someone else, when you do like a duet, when you sing with someone else, your brain waves synchronize, according to this study that we read about. And the person, there's always one who leads and one who follows, right? So the person leading the singing, they have influence over the person following. So I guess if I want to make Alёna do something, I can start singing and then make her twinkle, twinkle. Come on, sing with me. Come on.
I don't know this song. Let's sing something
It's
familiar
okay.
for me.
Okay, what do you know?
I don't know.
You can't think of it?
I remember this song. Like,
Which one?
Ты кто такой? Давай.
That's the song that you remember? Oh,
Yeah,
God. I don't want to sing that song.
Okay.
People tell me I look like that guy. They had like a Timothy remix of this Ты кто такой, right? So they had a remix with Timothy, and everyone says that I look like Timothy. I even one time, a cab driver, he hung up his phone, he thought I was Timothy. He was like,
No.
I heard him. He was like, and he hung up, and he was like,
You have to get some tan.
yeah, I guess I have to get a tan.
And tattoos, of course.
Yeah, of course, a lot of tattoos. But he only saw my face, and he was like, знаете, вы очень похожи на Timothy. I was like, all right.
Timothy, Rickety.
Rickety? Oh, God, that sounds so horrible. So, guys, if you ever want to have influence over somebody, start singing, and if they sing with you, I guess your guys' brain waves will synchronize, and then it'll help you control somebody.
To make them everything that you want.
Everything that you want. I can only imagine what song will you choose to have influence on somebody, right? Like I really want to make you do something, so I start singing like the only song that I know. It's like
What comes to your mind?
Человек и кошка, right? I can't imagine singing Человек и кошка and trying to control somebody, like having influence over them or something. But it's an interesting article that we read, I guess.
Can you imagine Человек and this big cat, big American pet cat, is moving to
55-pound cat, yeah. That's funny. So that's all we have for today. We'll go ahead and finish up. This was Ricardo, Rico for short, and
Alёna.
with the Big Apple School podcast. And we hope you liked it. Leave us some comments in the comment section. Tell us what you think. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.